Hello everyone, Mr. Clutch here, going to look at today's SPY action from 6/28, June 28th, 2023. It was Wednesday, so we're going to go ahead and draw out zones to get started today. If you're new, we're using the method that Casey uses in the Discord to draw out zones. This is Wednesday pre-market right here. So you're going to go from the high of the wick to the body of the next candle for the high and low of each day on the 15 minute. So we will do something like that there for our high and low. Going back to the previous day, it looks like our low is the low of the day. So you could almost just do a really big zone. It's over $1, but you just kind of know this area down here supply. But I'll just put a little bitty one there for now to kind of know underneath. You got this area right here on top. There's a zone right in the middle. That's the high of the day before. Yeah, we've kind of got another little spot here. We could even draw like a vertical line on these. I'm sorry, horizontal line.
Stop field.
Hung up there a little bit. So let's see what that looks like on the day's action. Yeah, so we won't even need these down here. All right, let's go to the 2 minute now and look at what today looked like. Add my EMAs. So out of the gate today, let's see. So let's first zoom out and kind of just look at the day. So we basically traded within the range of yesterday, second half of the day. So it was a pretty choppy day. We did have a pretty big move. Well, I say a big move. It wasn't that big. So yesterday from high to low, we went from 32 to 37 to a 5-point move. Looks like we have about a $2 range today, or $3. So let's see what was in here to catch. So we open up, we kind of dip below, we're chopping in this area, but we're holding the pre-market, we're holding yesterday's, or wait, that was I guess Monday's high. So we're holding this area. It's showing resistance turn support, right? So here it was resistance back here. You could even probably come back to here maybe a little, but it was resistance. It turned into support here almost a little bit, and then here it's showing it's going to be support now. So we're seeing these big wicks in here. You could almost take a call down here off a wick and ride that up, but not something we're looking for in the 2 minute strategy. So it's really hard to find a play, in my opinion, on today's action. Like there's not a lot of obvious plays. Like you can take a play like that after all this is formed, maybe catch that into there. What do we have there? 20, yeah, I mean you didn't have a lot of room to that zone, and then this kind of comes down. You could probably ride something like that, even though you're into this zone. You're hoping, this showing a little force, staying on top of 13, didn't lose it. You might be able to push up and do that. But then our EMAs are backwards, and we get this big sell-off. Maybe put something like that. But then even here, you're thinking it's a wick, so then you're coming in the 200. That's hard to find entry on. Coming down here, I could see a quick scalp right here. Kind of get this trend line as it starts coming down underneath. You might even got stopped out here if you didn't get out quick. And then we kind of just flip-flop out the rest of the day. Not that exciting of a day. I'm looking back. I did not trade today. I had some appointments and things, so I was not able to trade. But I know Casey got some really big plays in the Discord. So that was pretty cool, but I'm not seeing anything on SPY that I love. Let's go to Qs now. Let's do the same thing quickly. Let's draw our zones on the 15 minute. So here's what we were seeing first thing in the morning. We had that clear high zone from yesterday. Do something like that. And it matches up almost with this one here. You could actually, when you got two that are so close, you could actually just make that kind of one zone there. Just tighten it up a little. There we go. And then we've got our low of yesterday, which kind of coincides with that low the previous day, but I don't want to make too big of zones. Maybe we'll just put a line down there like we did. We could have done this on SPY too. So we know this is kind of an area to watch for something here too. This high day matches up too from last Friday, so we could draw the low a day from Friday because you can see it was definite support and it got held up here a little bit. Then was acting a little bit of support in pre-market. So let me see what Qs look like today. Okay, so we never really got down to our zone. We were riding the EMAs. They never flip-flop direction here. This is pretty steep, but I don't mind it. I don't usually like steep plays, but I don't like this steep here. But if you can kind of like draw across here somehow, and it kind of like goes down and walks sideways and then reclaims it, but held the 200, I like that maybe. So that's probably the better, one of the better plays I've seen today so far. You can maybe play that. That's a 3-bar play right here. So you basically consolidate and you take the break at the top and ride that up. So there's a little bit there you could do. The rest of the way out, I actually like this right here probably. Yeah, so you got here and then it kind of loses it. But here's it's breaking back through. Might have been tempted to get in there. And it loses the 13, but you're still not too far from your entry. So I don't know if you would get out there. You'd probably you're probably watching this a little bit. If like it leaks a little lower, maybe comes into the 13. You might be thinking about getting out. But really, if you get in over here somewhere or close to 13, you're okay to ride that out and take it to that high. It's coming down here. Yeah, not seeing a lot. Like you could catch that if you were just playing trend line, because that's a perfect here. You got like 4 or 5 touches there. Kind of 3-bar play here, breaks to the downside. That thing just fell. So let's go see what the rest of the day has in store. This is that same one we saw on SPY. I bet same timing. You might have been tempted here, and it just probably got you stopped out. Here you maybe your EMAs are really flip-flopping here. It's hard to find a good move. So I don't see anything I love the rest of the day. So I'll tell you what we'll do to end the video. Let's zoom back out to the 15 and let's redo our zones for tomorrow. So since we kind of chopped through this zone, I'm going to go ahead and delete that zone from yesterday's high. We made a new high. So probably do something like that right there, because it came down from the high. If I went down to the body, it'd just be right there. So we come down to the body of these maybe. And then it lines up really nice with that post-market high too. This zone here that was back from the low of what was that, last Friday, I'm going to delete that. It's pretty close, but we've kind of got a new one. I'm just going to kind of do that because that kind of went through if you look back through the pre-market from today. So tomorrow we will be watching for a break of this zone up to about mid 366. And then if that breaks, we'll probably be looking at something up this here from the high of last Tuesday. If we were to get above that, then we'd be looking for a move. Actually, there's the high right there. Then we'd be looking for a move up to the highs right here from 2 Fridays ago. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a break here tomorrow to open the day. If we were to break down, we'd be looking for a move back to this 357, 358 area. We can do that on SPY real quick too. Let's see, so this zone can go now because we chopped through it and we can redraw it. Our lows hit perfect, so I'll just leave that zone there for now. Can maybe even just tighten it up a little bit just to reflect today's action. And then put the highs up here, maybe something like that, so it's not too big. So yeah, we're looking for between these two tomorrow, break up, break down. If we break up, we're looking at something here in the 438 area, 439, and then we're really looking at that high at like 442, 443. So we'll be watching that. These will be your zones for the morning. Casey will always post his, and I would trust those a little more. He'll be really precise on them. So anyways, that's it. Hope everyone has a good night, and I hope you have a good trading day on Thursday.